So hello, this is Auntie, and I am coming to you all live and in living color. Okay, if this is your first time being here, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video. This video is a live chat on Married at First Sight. Okay, so today I purposed in my heart to make a video about this. Started making the video, loaded it onto my computer, and guess what? My card was corrupted. So instead of not giving you anything, I decided, you know what, Auntie, go ahead and go live. So I am live. Most of this conversation will be done with my glasses off because I want to go ahead on to get it done. And guess what? I'm not even able to load thumbnails for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's a lot going on. Hey, who is that? Hey, how are you? So I don't know, what is going on with my camera. It has been a constant struggle with the daggone thing. Hold up, let me lift that back up because my forehead be shining and curling on and cutting up. So I just wanted to make sure that I came out here and got it. Now, having said that, this is my disclaimer. My daughter is on her way home. So if y'all hear the door open up and all of that kind of stuff, guess what? Real life is happening over here at Auntie's house. But I had to come out here because whether my camera is working or not, my phone is working. And so as long as YouTube allows me to have this toy and to be able to come out here live and in living color and make my review on this, god dang it, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm hoping that you all Saturday is going great, and that you are enjoying this summertime fun. If you're on the East Coast, summertime is everything, and I just been having me a wonderful time. So as a matter of fact, y'all, as I was saying, she is home. So that's the dog. He's barking. He's the alarm clock. Okay, he is the doorman. He's the butler. He has no opposing thumbs, so he can't do nothing but run his mouth. And barking he does do. So it sounds like she is home, or at least maybe somebody outside is messing with the gate. But anyway, we're going to go ahead on and go with this. As I think that's my neighbor. Don't ask my neighbor. Never ask my friends. I hang around. Oh, don't be afraid to come to me. Don't ask my neighbor. Come to me. Don't be afraid. Don't let no bugs in here. Come on in. Y'all, excuse me one second. I sent her a text message telling her that I was recording and to come in quietly, and she's coming in like 15 kids, okay? Maybe one day she'll get, come live on camera. I don't know. We'll see. So, of course, y'all hear all of that noise. That's her coming in quietly. Yeah, I am live on YouTube. I'm live. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube.
I didn't get your text.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I'm live on YouTube.
10-4.
So anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead on and get started. Y'all. Hi, baby. I'm having some technical difficulties over here. It happens to be 18 years old. Y'all, excuse me, please. This is so unprofessional. Y'all, please excuse me. Let me see if I could put some sparkles or something on there. How's that? Okay. This is a commercial break. Okay. Flashlight, red light, neon light, oh, spotlight. Now I lay me down to sleep. I see your little painting. I'll be off momentarily. So anyway, y'all, hi. Okay, so now we can get on back to all of this. Sad thing about it is I can't even edit all of that out. So if you new to this channel, I apologize. It just is what it is tonight. But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead on and get into this review of Married at First Sight. Okay, so when we open up this episode right where we left off at. We got the couples sitting there talking about, you know, their problems and their woes. Danielle husband Cody then told everybody, you know, basically, I ain't getting no punani. Okay, so everybody like, you know, they move from shock to sad to, you know, they just moved to just complete and utter devastation. You mean to tell me y'all been married all this time and y'all not getting anything? Danielle has the nerve to be embarrassed that Cody would say something like that. Cody is sexually frustrated. At this point, you know, he's probably got burgundy, you know what. And it's just a sad state of affairs. We got our ugly girl SHEILA sitting there, you know, acting like, you know, she's Queen Bee and she has it all together, and her and Nate are just, oh, we're just so happy. And then you got, you know, dumbass Ashley, you know, sitting there being the child that she is. Okay, so as y'all can tell, they're irritating me. There are thousands of people who audition for this. I don't know why they always end up getting the bottom of the barrel people. I don't know why, but they do. So anyway, and anywho, they leave. And, you know, wait a minute, but before they leave, what you saying, boo? We're going to get on SHEILA, boo. SHEILA definitely has issues. So, you know, they going through, you know, the process and everything, and it's like, you know, the whoop whoop and the boo boo boo. So we see the psychiatrists and the sex experts and all of that. They want to sit down and talk with each individual couple, because at this point they only got a couple of more weeks to stay married or even get a divorce. As far as I'm concerned, not one of the couples are compatible. They all need to get a divorce. Okay, I have my reasons for saying that, and we're gonna go through that too. So we got we first see, Auntie got slow down. Say, Auntie, slow down. So we see Ashley and her husband, okay? They have a conversation. She has a conversation with the expert first. And she says, you know, she doesn't want to be the first one to say that she loves him. She has an issue with saying that she loves somebody. Okay, so is this not married at first sight? So you don't think eventually you're going to come to a place where you're going to say that you love the person or you don't love the person, and you want to be a petty, dumb girl? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying not to say what I really want to say, what I would be saying if I didn't have a live studio audience. I would be saying something else, but I'm going to keep it really clean. You mean to tell me that you're so immature that you can't tell this man that you love him first? Then we meet with him, you know, they meet with him individually. He says the same daggone thing. So I'm like, you know, what is wrong with these calls? What you saying out there, boo? So, you know, he comes and, you know, he's like, I got issues and stuff like that. First of all, if you are past the age of 2, you got issues that you have from a previous relationship. What's the big deal? Move on. People have got to learn how to move on and to know that life is going to give you sunny days and rainy days. It's going to give you summer and it's going to give you winter. It's going to give you variables. You mean to tell me that these people cannot navigate through the rest of their life without holding on to stuff that happened to them in the past? But anyway, so the expert meets with both of them. You know, they go into this little dialogue that I really didn't even give a rat's ass about, to be honest with you. And so we're going to go ahead on and move on. Next, we see, you know, see him meet with sex-craved Cody and Danielle. They meet with Danielle first. Danielle says, okay, well, I'm not going to force myself to have sex with him. I just can't do it. It has to be there. And even if I was to just kind of give myself to him and everything like that, then, I wouldn't be happy and the sex for us wouldn't be good. Cody don't care whether or not he has sex with a Coca-Cola bottle at this point. He's sitting on TV, live TV, you know what I'm saying, we'll record it or whatever, and he's masturbating in the bed. She gets the telephone and she lets us see that this man was masturbating, and she thinks it's ha 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 funny. It's not funny. Look, Cody is so sex craved that I'm ready to give Cody some ass. Okay, I'm ready to have sex with Cody just so he can go on with the rest of the friendship. Okay, hey, I'm just, I'm ready to give it to him, doggy style, whatever style. I don't care what style he wants it. I'm ready to give Cody some ass. This girl is so caught up into her past relationship that she can't move on and she can't please her husband. Cody sits down with them and he's like, I don't know how much longer I can be patient. I just don't think that I can handle this. And you know what? I don't blame him, because who's in a relationship with somebody for 6-8 weeks and you're married? Now I can see if you're just dating and you decide that, I'm going to withhold sex from him because I really want to get to know him. But at this point, y'all are married. So I don't understand what it is, what the hold up is, and what's causing her not to have sex with her, other than she has the power and authority to say no. To me, it's almost like it's a game. Like I'm going to make him hold out until the 11th hour, and then I'm going to give it to him. And I really don't even think that her sex moves and all of that stuff is great anyway. I think that she's probably sorry in bed, and maybe that was one of the complaints from her past boyfriends who allegedly cheated on her and dogged her out. That may really be the issue. Could it be that Danielle doesn't have a good sex game? If not, maybe country boy Cody can teach you something. I mean, it's nothing wrong with sharing a couple of tips between husband and wife. The Bible says that the bedroom of a married couple was undefiled. So you could do anything you want to. You could introduce anything you want to into that sexual relationship, but at least have one. This man is sitting there trying to hey, who y'all? Oh, hey, y'all just going for it. I see all these highs. Thanks for being so nice and hospitable. So it's like, give the man sex already. Okay, it's just time to give the man sex already. So they get an assignment as well, that they are to go out and try to do something nice for one another and just have a staycation. And next couple we see is ugly SHEILA and Nate. They sit with the coaches. But the thing that I noticed about the two of them is that they never had a single meeting with them. They met with them as a couple, and they talked about how much they love one another and that they were indeed in love. See, the thing about SHEILA is SHEILA doesn't want to do anything on camera. She wants everything to be undercover. She's all about her image, but yet she's a nasty, miserable bitch. She's one of those bitches that just really needs to go and get a redo of everything. Hey! She needs to go and get a redo of everything in her life. She's both ugly inside and outside. I think that she would not be so bad looking to me with her bubblegum drop earrings on from 1976 if her personality was a little better, if she didn't emasculate her husband, if she didn't talk down to him. I probably would get with her. They tell the sex expert or whoever it was that, that they're in love. But later on in the episode, we see y'all ain't so in love. So they get, they're supposed to get an exercise too, where they sit and they have a staycation like all the rest of the couples. All right. Another thing that the couples got was a mason jar. Inside of the mason jar was questions that all three of the couples were supposed to be, that all three of the couples were supposed to ask each other. So they asked questions like, what's your favorite position? What's this? When they said, when they asked, when Cody asked Danielle, what is your favorite position? You know what Danielle's answer should have been? Doggy style. I like it doggy style. I like to be dogged out. I like to be yanked around, spanked, treated nasty. I want to be choked out. You know what I'm saying? I want to be choked out like Roller on claws. That's how I want it. But you know what? I think that Cody is a little too weak. I think he would throw up and it will cause him to be nauseous. So that's why I'm not having sex with him. It's either one or the other. Either she's off the hook having sex, or she doesn't have any good sex at all. But anyway, let me slow down. So I'm going to go back to Ashley. After they meet with the thing, they're supposed to do something. Ashley, who sat with the women and said that she was making all these compromises and wanting to make an issue out of not taking her husband's last name. Ashley, the bitch that wants to, sit and argue just for argument's sake because she's so immature and she's so petty. She still works at her parents' restaurant. She's never been on her own. She wants an apartment right in the daggone same building that her sister's in. That Ashley that doesn't want to grow up, that doesn't really want to be a wife, that doesn't know how to be a woman and take care of her man. That Ashley. Oh, and the Ashley that her husband comes home every day and he cooks, he cleans, he does everything for her. But yet and still, when he asks her to step up to the plate and do something new, she wants to have an attitude about it or have something negative to say, or even walk away from the game altogether. That Ashley says, okay, well, we're gonna go to the Sky Zone, which is a place where they kind of simulate like they're jumping out of an airplane. So he's shocked. He's like, what? She want to do something that I want to do, something adventurous? Okay, so she does that with her husband and everything, and they have a good time. They bleep them out and they come back. They say 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later, we see him sitting at the table with a lease agreement in front of him. She comes to the camera on the green screen and she talks about, we were having a good time, and on the way home, I was discussing with him and I was telling him that, I wanted him to go ahead and sign a lease. See, what he made the mistake was he told her that since the lease that they had was almost over, that they could find an apartment in the sister's apartment building. Wrong answer. See, what you needed to do and what you still need to do is you need to wean her away from her family. But you know what? You wanted to please her and appease her because here it is. Y'all only got a couple of more weeks to stay together. You went on and said, okay, well, we're going to go head on and stay in your sister's apartment. Her, with her anxious, needy ass, goes while he's looking at a football game. Daggone well, if a man is a fan of football, that you do not talk to him about anything during a football game. The only thing that you can do is screw him at halftime and feed him. There are only two necessities that a man really need, and that's sex and food. You get those together, boom, he'll sign a lease after he finished. At the end of the day, boo, just go head on now. You could get that done later. What you need to do is sit down and watch the game with him. And if you can't watch the game, that's your time to shop or do your hair or do your nails or whatever. But if he's a football fan, he's going to look at college football. He's going to look at high school football. He's going to look at the NFL. He's going to look at the BFL. Whatever is on TV and it has something to do with football, he's going to be looking at it. He don't care if he know the team or not. That's just how men are when it comes down to football. All you had to do was just give him a plate and get your ass on. But instead, you want to have an argument with him. So now he's pissed. He's signing the daggone lease now up under duress. I gotta slow down. So now he's stressed out and he's trying to sign this lease agreement. And they having an argument back and forth. But you know what? You're so immature that you can't even have an argument in the room. You'd have made the man cut the game off to have an argument with you. And the least you could do is stand face to face, toe to toe, nose to nose, and have the argument, Ashley. You're so immature and you're so needy. Oh my God, why are you so needy? Okay, so that's what happened with them. Nickname Patty Red, give a dog a bone. I really don't. So next we have Cody. Cody and his, bum bun, they go back to the place where they got married at, thinking that, okay, we're going to spice our relationship up. We're going to be back together, nickname Patty Red, give a dog a bone. So they go, to the place and they looking through the mirrors and they're talking and stuff. And Cody basically, only thing that he has on his mind is sex, 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 sex. Sex, 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 and then sex, 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 and then sex, 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 sex. So like he said, he's jealous of anybody that's having sex right now. He's jealous of a bird that's having sex. He's jealous of a squirrel that's having sex. He's jealous of dogs that's having sex. Matter of fact, he's jealous of the big whales in the ocean. He's mad with them if they're having sex because he's not having sex. So he doesn't care about the mirrors. He really doesn't care about the hotel. He don't really even care about the where they got married and how they got married or the wedding pictures or anything, the bed or nothing. All he cares about is when is he going to be able to have sex. Danielle uses it against him. You may disagree, but I think that she finds a kick out of him, out of saying no to him. I think that it's something that she's gotten used to and something she just really feels good about saying, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. What you saying, boo? Let me put my glasses on. Auntie, my ears are pregnant from the sex. Okay, I done already told you I want to have sex with the man. God dang. It's unbelievable that this woman will withhold something so important. Then they sit out on the balcony, they're supposed to be having drinks and something to eat. And she has the nerve to ask this man on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you trust me? And when he tells her a 4 or a 5, she's shocked. How you shocked? Intimacy and all of that stuff helps contribute to the trust factor. If he can't trust you with his intimate feelings about sex and get you to finally move in that way, then no, he's not going to trust you with any other area of his life. Because there's no connection between the two of them. You go jogging with him, Danielle, and you talking about somewhere, at least we friends. Why did you do this experiment if this wasn't something you was interested in doing? You knew you was going to have sex with him. I swear to God, I just don't understand it. So, anyway, that goes away. That goes off. Boom, bop, bip, bam. Alakazam. Goddamn, we talking about SHEILA now. So, SHEILA and Nate. Nate comes on the screen. He's frantic. He's upset. SHEILA comes on the screen. She's maybe Castell. Hi, baby. Hi. So SHEILA comes on the screen. She's mad. What else is new? So he talks about playing with his phone. He's playing the spade game. Any of you all who know, especially if you African American, you know when you playing spades, at that time, that's the most important thing that is going on in your life. If you playing a card game, and especially if you playing and interacting with people, don't nothing else matter but that card game. And making sure that you don't bump and that your partner don't renege. So Nate is playing spades. She know that's important. That's just like the football game. But you know what? Okay? What you saying, boo-boo? Hi, Bob. So he's playing spades on his phone. Whether it's on his phone or not, he trying to get some free time. She blowing his phone up. Okay. So he puts her, sends her to voicemail. She calls back again. He doesn't answer. She get mad. So instead of her being a mature woman about it and just going ahead on and doing what she got to do and maybe mention it to him when he gets home, you know, when she's got her lingerie on and her high heel 6-inch heels. Hey, Rico! Love the video, boo. Okay. So instead of her being the woman putting on that red dress and some high heel shoes and all that kind of stuff, she gets in the shower, allegedly. She knows he doesn't have a key. She knows he can't get in there without her. So she plays tit for tat. An argument ensues. Okay? We knew that was happening. They've been arguing since they've been married to one another. And her ugly ass sits up there on the bed, pompous and arrogant, with her ass up on her back, and tells him that it's not important that she called him a bitch. It's important that he talked about her past relationship, that he used that against her. So you know what? Her calling him a bitch and emasculating him and demeaning him as a man, that meant nothing. Because you know what? He talked about her old boyfriend. See, you know what, Sheila? First of all, you're not the best looking cookie in the box anyway. You're the crumbled up piece that everybody eats, leaves at the bottom, and gets all the whole cookies. You're a broken ass cookie. You know that, sweetie pie? You will never have anybody to care about you or to love you like Nate does. You lucky that you even got a husband. That's why you on this show, because you couldn't do it on your own. You were in a relationship, allegedly, that was abusive. I wonder why. No, I don't say, and I don't believe that women should be abused. I'm not an advocate for that. I've already been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the scar on my arm to talk about abuse from a man. So I'm not advocating about abuse at all. But I'm not advocating for emotional and mental abuse from you either. See, your mouth can be used as a deadly weapon. It's more deadly than any punch that you can get in your face, because the words that you say create life in somebody's life, and those things you can't go away. See, the scar that's on my arm from fighting one of my old boyfriends and going toe to toe with him, blow to blow with him, that's, you know what, that's faded. And I don't even remember how the argument started or how the fight started. I don't remember all of that. But the words that he said to me during those times will stay with me forever. So you know what, sweetie pie? You said that he was talking to you about your old boyfriend and he used some words against you. You know why? Because you have the mental capacity to eat him up. You have the intellect to eat him up. And you know what? He's not going to win. He's never won with you. Whatever he says goes from one ear and out the other with your arrogant, ugly ass self. You sitting up there looking like a 70s sitcom. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be on a different world. And you got the nerve to think you got it all together. What you need to do is get one of them good sister girls. You know, the good sister girls that be in the hair salons right next door to the Chinese hair shops. And you need to get them to put some braids in your hair. Braid that back, put on a nice little weave, and swing that bitch for a while. You know why? Because you have low self-esteem. You're not happy with what you look like. You're always trying to frump and get that little dry ass hair together. But you know what you need to do, boo? What you said? She walks on, yes, he does walk on eggshells around her. And nothing that what Bob said, Sheila stuck in 1998. Okay. Did you see them bubblegum earrings that she had with the two balls on it? Who wears that stuff anymore? And you got the nerve to sit there and emasculate that black man like that. And then you don't want anybody to say nothing to you. And as soon as Nate gets the opportunity to say something, I'm done. I'm not going there. I'm not doing this with you. You know why you not? Because you scared that more skeletons are going to come out of your closet. They're going to fall out your mouth. I can't stand your nasty tail. You know that? I really can't, Sheila. And I don't know why Nate didn't even take it upon himself to say, you know what? I'm going to pack a night bag and I'm going to walk out of here. You know why? Because he's trying to man up. He's trying to man up and do the right thing. But you so abusive with your mouth. And then you got the nerve to sit there and tell him that he tried to tear your self-esteem down. But guess what? We didn't hear on tape what Nate said about you. But we show her what you said about Nate. And then you got the nerve to go and pack a little night bag to go out and stay. You know, I don't know how long you was gone. But you know what I would have told you? Pack boxes, boo. Get boxes. Go to your job. Go to the nearest CVS store, the nearest grocery store, and get as many boxes as you can. Pack all your shit up. Pack everything that you got in this house. Y'all got to excuse my language. Because let me tell you something. When you have been in an abusive relationship, you know about abuse. And so when a woman sits there and act like she's being abused by somebody, okay, what are y'all talking about? Nate is trying, yes. When you've been in a relationship and you've been abused, it just I feel bad for everyone who has beef with Auntie. She will read you for fulfilled. No, I won't cast them. I've been in an abusive relationship. I know what it is to be abused mentally, physically, emotionally. So when she sits up there and act like she's some daggone abuse victim, when she's the one that's being the abuser, I take issue with it. I take issue with it. And I think that she's just an ugly person. I think her father's ugly. I think he's arrogant. See, she wants to live this Christian life. And that's one thing that gets on my nerve, is how Christians always standing around judging everybody when they live the foulest life of everybody. You know what I'm saying? You're going to sit and do everything in the name of Jesus. It's time out for that. The world don't need that. What the world needs is somebody that's going to be real and that's going to be pure and that's going to be genuine. See, next week you be wanting to pray with them. You be wanting to say you sorry. You show up on the basketball court. When this man thinks that, yo, what you talk about, Castell? What you say, boo? Okay? You sit there on the basketball court. Your husband's trying to call you. You don't pick up the phone. But you got the nerve to show up on the basketball court and tell him it's over. Yeah, it would have been over the moment you packed your bags and walked up out of there. Because I'd have locked that joint down. I would have got the house rekeyed. I would have made sure that every window had bars on it. And you would have never walked your ass back up in there. Because when you walk out of the door, what you're saying to me is this a done deal. See, Nate really is trying to be a strong Christian black man. And there are so few of them out there. So when I see a woman like you, Sheila, treat a man like that poorly and treat him bad, it just makes me want to smack every taste bud out the back of off your tongue, boo. Smack your tonsils all the way down to your asshole. And y'all have got to excuse my language. I can't stand a woman that does that. She is absolutely disgusting and does not represent the African American woman, not the average one. She's a trick, okay? A desperate trick who couldn't get nobody but going through the show. She said everything she needed to say to get on the show, only to treat that man like a piece of shit. And yes, I said the S word. What you saying out there, Bob Jerome? Oh, shoot, I missed what Bob said. Guess what? This video is for adults only. If you ain't adult enough to understand and hear what I'm saying, go ahead on and click off and come on back to the next nice video. But this one right here, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with Sheila and every woman that Sheila represents. Every hypocritical hoe that's out there. You get a good man and you don't know how to act. And then you're going to sit up there and tell him that it's over. I don't want to do this with you. I want a divorce. That's what you're going to get. I almost want to shake what you say. Nate is cute too. Yes, he is. He is cute. And you know what the thing about it is? He got some flaws. Absolute. What you say, boo? Not the whole auntie. Hi, boo. Hi, Patrice. you know, it's either Patrice or Patricia. I'm sorry, I took my glasses off. Hi, boo, welcome. Please excuse me, okay? Because Auntie usually, some words Auntie just usually don't even use. But tonight I just had to use them. And you know what? If I have offended anybody by the curse words that I've said out of my mouth, I apologize for it in advance, and I apologize for it afterwards. But it just really burns me up. And the thing about it is, Nate is really, really trying. He wants, what you say, boo? Why did she call him a bitch? Because she said that he was acting like a bitch because he was talking about her old boyfriends. He evidently, the conversation that happened between them, Nate was making a comparison. You know how sometimes you get in an argument and you make a comparison about, you know, maybe this happened in your past, or you said your old boyfriend was this way and I see why he was like that. Because why would you, knowing that he's coming to the house, he doesn't have a key to the house, Castile. He didn't have a key to the house. She gonna tell him that she didn't come to the door and she didn't answer his phone calls. What you say, boo? Okay, thank you. Oh, you know, hi, Boo. Okay, Castile. Okay. Bob said that Castile no longer has to F a broom. And y'all know what F means. Okay? He's on the road. All right? Okay. And so he's got everybody out there laughing. So anyway, Castile, he brought up a past relationship, I think, to make a point, and that's when she called him a bitch and said that he was acting like a bitch. But if I know that my man doesn't have a key to the house and that he's on his way home, why would I get in the shower? That it just doesn't make sense. I know that I gotta get up and unlock the door and let him in. And you know what, regardless, whatever she had to say, she could have said that in love. Because from what I see, Nate has loving eyes. Nate was actually sitting on the screen crying. When I saw Nate crying, it made me think of my brothers. It made me say, where she live at? It just, to see a man cry like that, it just touched my heart. It was just rough. Like Nate was broken because he was like, I really love my wife and I really want to be with her. Nate has fallen in love with this girl. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Nate has fallen. What you saying, boo? That was a control move on her part. Absolutely. And it was disrespectful. That's not how you treat your partner. That's not how you treat your husband. And you know what, the thing about it, women, you will get more out of a man if you learn how to communicate instead of arguing, bickering, and fighting. I'm trying to tell you, I've been there and I've done that. It wasn't it wasn't me that was the aggressor in the relationship. But one thing that I did do is I stood up for myself. We had that one fight and we never fought again because I was there. I showed up for the fight. You understand what I'm saying? And no woman should ever feel like, you know, she's got to fight her man. Like, this ain't Color Purple. You know what I'm saying? Harpo ain't going to beat me. You know, I'm not going to be sitting up there saying all my lives I've had to fight. I've had to fight my brothers. I've had to fight my uncles. And I never thought I'd fight. This ain't Color Purple. And you ain't Harpo. So you're not going to put your hands on me. I'm going to show up. And I'm going to show out. And then, you know, the process that you have to go through at the end of the day in order to make sure that you're protected and your child, it's a serious thing. And, you know, can you imagine if she stays with Nate and she has a baby, that every time she gets mad, she's going to pack up her bag and pack up the baby bags and be gone and manipulate and try to control this man with, you know, not only her presence not being there, but now a child? Nate, get out while you can. Swim, Nate. Swim, backstroke if you have to, dive down in the water, whatever you got to do. Run Joe, do what you got to do. But Nate, you got to get out this relationship. I sure hope that, what you say, boo, with her greasy ass, all the damn Vaseline around her eyes. Okay, that's why I've taken it so personally, because I don't like it. And for a long time, and still to this day, America doesn't recognize men who are abused. if there's nothing physical that's going on, then they don't even think it's a domestic altercation. But when I sit up there and call a man, especially a black man, a bitch, those fighting words, and if he don't fight, I'm showing up. You're not going to have one of my brothers call me on the phone and tell me, or crying on the phone, that ain't going to happen, Captain. Been there, done that too. There's just something about that pulling at your heartstrings, especially when there's so many deadbeat dads out here and deadbeat husbands and men who don't show up. And Nate shows up in every way. He cooks, he cleans, he's respectable, he loves her, and he looks like he honors her. What you saying, Bob? Let me see what you saying, boo. Sheila might as well be a lesbian. She got all the makings of a black man. Bob, you better say that thing. You better say that thing. And then, you know, the thing about it is, what I have noticed that this show does not do is it doesn't have any interracial couples. It would be very interesting to see them mix the races. I hope his mama don't see it. She look like she will fight. Me and my sisters will. But why does Nate let him get abused by her? Because I think that this is Nate is in it for the long haul, and he, like so many other men and women, are hoping that she changes. He's hoping that, you know, he's thinking and giving her the benefit of the doubt, which is what love does. Love thinks the best. And so Nate is looking at it and saying maybe just this process, the anxiety, the stress of having to make a decision in the next couple of weeks is weighing on her. But she's, to me, been nasty from day one. But he is a man who's made a commitment, and he wants to honor and stay in his commitment. And I respect him for that. What I don't respect is the abuse and the manipulation. And then the thing about it is, when she has a good day, she has a good day. She's still ugly, but she has some days that, you know, she just almost looks redeemable. But there's no redeemable qualities about Sheila. And that's what I want Nate. I swear, I hope Nate sees this. There's no redeemable. What you saying, Castile? Don't expect grown people to change. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are some things that when you know better, you do better. But for the most part, people are, what you see is what you're going to get. And you have to dive deep inside and really find out what a person is about. It's the same thing with Cody and Danielle. Danielle just doesn't want to dive in deep to see what Cody is about, to be intimate with him. She says, you know, she revealed that she don't even like to kiss him, that she hasn't had long, passionate kisses with him. Why the hell are you married? I just wish that these men, I'm just looking at this particular show, and I see the men taking a really passive, they just being really passive. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's because they're trying to keep their image clean on television. I can't explain it. But the men are taking a really passive, what are you saying, Castile? She seems like the type that wants her husband to be and act like her dad. You know, I don't know, and you're probably right about it. But you know, her mom and dad are happily married, and that involves sex. So when you withhold sex because you can, I don't know, y'all. This episode of Married... Who is that? Let me see who that is. Hey, Dawn. Hi, boo. You knew. Welcome, welcome. You know, I had a song that I was going to sing at the beginning, and I had changed the words to it. It was one of them old songs. I can't get off of my horse, and I can't let you go. You are the one, ooh, you are the one that makes me feel so real, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do y'all remember that? I just, you know, these women can't get over themselves enough to satisfy the needs of their husband. And one thing Cody said was, it's unfair to me. And it is. It's unfair for Danielle to withhold sex from her husband because she can. And even if you try it and you don't like it, at least you've opened up the door to have communication. To say, I don't like how you did that or whatever. But even in that, you need to at least give it another try. Because every time you do something for the first time, it may not always be right. And so practice makes perfect. But you're not even giving the man an opportunity to practice. And then you giggle and you laugh because he's masturbating on TV. That's just like so not funny. And it's so insensitive. Ashley and her husband, like really? Like, I'm hoping that all these men walk away from these relationships. We see in the previews that are coming up that SHEILA actually goes back to Nate and has a key and walks through the door and says hi. Ain't no hi. Get the rest of your stuff. Get Nicolette. Get your stuff and roll up out of here. She doesn't deserve to be with Nate. As a matter of fact, she doesn't deserve to be with anybody. Some women just are meant to be by themselves. And they just meant to be alone. Like me. I've been alone for a long time, and I enjoy it. Do I want companionship? Do I have companionship? Every now and then, But sometimes marriage isn't for everybody. It's just not for everybody. And you got to know when it's for you and when it's not. And I understand that it is something that has eluded me, something that I have never desired. And it's okay with me. I'm okay there. And sometimes, I get to a point where I think that if I was with somebody, would I self-sabotage it? I don't think I would. I think I'm old enough now to realize that there's nothing wrong with having a lifelong companion. Do I have to marry him in order to be happy? I don't think so. Could I marry somebody at first sight? I think I could. I think that it probably would be better for me because it would give me an opportunity to get to know somebody, and know that the experts have at least done most of the homework. You meet these guys now, you don't know what you're getting. These 3 women and these 3 men are getting somebody who has already been vetted. Now, they haven't vetted them all the way because we see that SHEILA is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and so is Ashley. So we realize that they haven't vetted them for mental illness and stuff like that because there's something wrong with all 3 of them. But for me, I could marry somebody at first sight. I really think that I could. And be happy. Because if they already vetted, you already know, number 1, he ain't married. Number 2, you already know that his family dynamics. You're going to match somebody that has the same kind of dynamics that I do. You don't know whether or not we're sexually compatible, but you know what? We'll have fun trying to figure that out as well. But I will be under the umbrella of the sanctity of marriage, and I would hope for the absolute best. And I think that that's what all the men are doing on this episode and on the season. The men are hoping for the best. And so, as we wrap up this review of Married at First Sight, what did we learn? Nothing. Nothing we didn't already know. We're going to come back out and we're going to talk about it again. Y'all know, again, like I said, my camera is down. So tomorrow I will be out here live in living color. I am going to have to try to change my time because guess what? What you saying, boo? Don't be a punk. I am going to have to probably change my time because Game of Thrones is coming on tomorrow. What you saying? No, she doesn't. She loved it. Hi, Hattie. You knew. Hi, boo. Welcome. So, tomorrow Game of Thrones is coming on. It has been on for almost a year. It is one of my favorite shows. So tomorrow I know that I will not be out here at 9 o'clock. I am going to try. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Who is that? Hey, Dawn. So I don't know how many of you all are GOT fans, but I'm trying to tell y'all right now, I am a GOT fan. Also, tomorrow, one of my other favorite shows comes on, Shards of Sunset. And I love Shards of Sunset. I love looking at come through Evil Queen Cersei. Ah! Yes, Castile! Yes, boo! Bob, do you watch it? How many of y'all watch GOT? I love Game of Thrones, and it is on tomorrow. So y'all won't see me. So tomorrow we got Game of Thrones. Power tonight. I'll come out in the morning and I'll do a review on Power after I drop my child off at work. I promise I'll be out here tomorrow. We got Big Brother. We got Claws. There's so many shows that's coming on. And at the time that all these shows are coming on, of course, my camera breaks. I don't know what's wrong with it. I fixed it, had it fixed, and you know what? It's broken again. So at this point, yes. I was rooting for Daenerys, but I don't know now because you know what? They just revealed that Jon is her brother. Someone leaked his real name, and we all kind of suspected it anyway, but it's been confirmed that Jon is Daenerys. I was rooting for her, but she done got so arrogant. Oh my God. And I think the thing that really I like, okay. MJ called her mother a whore. She called her mother a bitch when her mother walked out the door, and I thought that was so disrespectful. And I know that her and her mother have a tumultuous relationship, but I can't stand the way that she talks to her mom, and I don't. And as y'all know, our other girl is pregnant, you know, by Jackson. She started smelling her pussy. Yes, she did. What Jon Snow is Robert's son, right? Robert who? No. He's the Targaryen son. He's not the king's son. He was Rob is a Targaryen. Gigi got mental issues. I can't stand Gigi. I cannot stand Gigi. I didn't like Gigi. Even though Mike had his dog ways and he was a dog. What I didn't like about Gigi is that she would do that in front of that other woman. Jessica at the time had no idea that that stuff was going on. And when she came to the party and Gigi chose to say that at that party, that threw me for a loop, and I just wanted to scratch and claw her eyes out. But anyway, y'all, we are going to talk about all that and more. I've got to go for tonight so that I can go ahead on and watch 90 Day Fiance. If y'all not doing anything, that sucker is almost on. I think it may be on or almost on. But anyway, I love y'all to pieces, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning as we... Oh, what you saying, boo-boo? Don Lynch. What y'all messing me up right now? I gotta go back. Ned Stark's sister had Jon, which was Robert's baby. No, boo. No. The king, Rob was in love. Wait a minute. How I get this down? Good night, Ray Gal. With your cute little hairdo. Bless up. Yes, Bill. No. Rob was in love with the sister, but she was dating a Targaryen. That's why when he came to Nate's the first time, and he wanted him to come back to be the hand of the king, and he wanted to kill all the Targaryens. He found out that Daenerys was alive. He wanted to kill all of them. He hated all of them because he blamed him for the sister dying. When the sister was laying on the bed right before she took her last breath, with all that blood and stuff all around from being, having a child, she told she told Ned Starks at that time who the baby daddy was. Ned never said anything, but if you look at the power that Jon has, okay, so Jon was resurrected. See, you got me going into Game of Thrones. Jon was resurrected by that little red queen, by the red witch, okay? Each one of them had powers. The other brother that she ended up killing when they took and poured the melting pot, the gold on top of his head, he didn't have any powers. He was a brother, but he didn't have any powers. But John did, and John now has other abilities. So when you look at the whole thing, he called him Snow. And I can't really get into why he named him Jon Snow, but his name is Daenerys, something like that. But anyway, y'all not gonna get me on my Game of Thrones, but we will be reviewing it. Y'all, I have got to go because I've got to watch this show. I will see y'all in the morning time, and we will be doing a review on 90 Day Fiance. Please watch it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Mwah. Love y'all. What you saying, boo? Let me get this last question. What you say, Dawn? What the hell was I watching? Thank you, Auntie. Good night. Good night, babe. Good night.